So today we are going to do something similar to what we were doing in the last couple of days, which is writing equations to solve a missing value in a triangle. Okay? So just as a reminder, something you learned last year was that triangles, the angles add up to 180 degrees. Okay? So whenever we're dealing with angles in a triangle, the end point of our equation will be 180, just like it is with supplementary angles. Okay? So basically all we have to do is add all of our angles and the end point will be 180. So over here, I notice one angle is x, and that's the one I normally start with. I always start with my x. Plus 75 plus 60. Okay? And as you remember before, we combine those, right? So I'm thinking these are both positive, right? Same sum add. So I want you to add 75 plus 60 and tell me what you get when you do 75 plus 60. And I'm getting 135. Okay? So now the good thing is this is now just a one-step equation because there's no there's no number next to this variable here. As in, we don't have to multiply or divide anything. All we have is a plus 135, so to get rid of it, we do minus 135. Right? So subtract this and see what you get. And you should be getting 45 degrees. Or 45. Okay, so 45, and it's 45 degrees. We see the degree sign. Now if I just wanted to double check this, I would say 45 plus 75 plus 60. Okay, so 5 plus 5, 10, 0, carry the 1. 1 plus 4 is 5, 5 plus 7 is 12, 12 plus 6 is 180. Well, that's what we wanted, right? All of our numbers add to 180. Okay? Now in number 2, it's definitely a little more challenging, but y'all are going to handle it fine. So we still have a triangle. We're still dealing with the angles. And remember, the end point is 180. Okay? So I'm going to add x plus 72 plus x plus 2, but I'm actually going to order it this way. Okay? So x plus 2 plus 72. Okay? So this is a little different for us because now we have x plus x. So all you need to think of is how many x's do we actually have? 2 x's, right? So now I have 2 plus 72, which is 74. And then I have 180. Okay? So now we're going to solve this just like normal, right? To get my variable alone, I do minus 74 minus 74. So this turns into basically just what we were doing earlier this week. Okay? So 2x. And what do I get over here? 180 minus 74. And when you regroup, you should be getting 106, right? So then we divide by 2. And remember, dividing by 2 is the same as taking half, which for me, taking half of this is actually easier. If you don't know, then just you can divide it to the side, okay? But I know half of 100 is 50, and then half of 6 is 3. So it will be 53 when I go to divide it. 2 into 6. 53. Okay. Now we're going to do number 3. So number 3, and again, I could check that one before, by the way, I didn't. Number 3 is a little different because this time we are, I don't want to say we're missing a number, but you don't see the number. Now what I will tell you, my suggestion, put 90 right here. Otherwise, you will forget. Even though you have the idea, there's still a chance you will forget, okay? So I'm going to start right here. Actually, I'll start right here, okay? Because I have an X here and I have an X here, but this way these will be side by side. So 3x plus 2x minus 20 plus 90. And for a triangle, for the angles in a triangle, what's my end point? 180, right? Okay, so I'm going to put these together. So, what is 3x plus 2x? What do you think 3x plus 2x is? Okay. Now here's where we mess up, remember? This is minus 20, or you can think of it as like a negative. Difference, subtract. 90, take away 20 is 70, and it's more to the right. And again, you could even look at this like 90 take away 20. Okay, you can just kind of switch that order and you'll see. Okay. Now, I think you can figure this out from here. So minus 70, minus 70. And subtract. Now, divide. So now I want you to show your division to the side. This is with a 5, so it'll be pretty easy. So I want you to try this by yourself. You can press pause if you need more time. So 5 into 11, 2, which is 10. I have 1 left. Pull down a 0. 5 into 10, 2. So x is 22. Okay. So hopefully we're getting the hang of it. So really quickly by yourself, why don't you try to set up number 4. If you're stuck, this is where I would start. So I would be saying 2x plus 3x minus 20 plus 46, and the end point is 180, right? Now, if these are in a different order, that's perfectly fine. You just need to do what we call combining like terms. So these are like, because they're both like a number next to a letter, even if it was just the variable, that still is like 1x or 1n, okay? So we did this one before, so that's 5x, right? And what do I get there? Okay, now try to solve it from here. If you solve it correctly, it will have a decimal. Check your work on the first step. Kind of hard to see, that's 154. I don't know if that helped any or not. Okay, that's 154. And then divide by 5. And you probably know this is going to have a decimal answer. I can tell because this is a 4, and for this to divide evenly, it would be a 0 or a 5. 5 into 15. Now here is a common mistake. 5 into 4. You have to put that 0, okay? Now, this is normally how I do it, but, I mean, you officially could just pull that 0 down right next to that 4. Doesn't matter. 5 into 40, and it goes 8. So they don't always work out to be perfect whole numbers, but this one's not too bad. Good job, guys.